Steady progress all the way. Let's now join Ayotunde Balogun for sports news.
Thank you so much, Gimbo. Well, jubilant fans jammed downtown Boston in the United States today for a parade celebrating the New England Patriots' 6th Super Bowl title, clamoring for more with cheers of "We won 7" and "Next year right here." A party atmosphere enveloped the city as fans, clad in team garb, packed sidewalks in the mild weather and stood on tiptoe for a glimpse of quarterback hero Tom Brady, coach Bill Belichick, and the rest of the team. Well, the Flying Eagles qualification for this year's FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Poland has been delayed after they were held to a goalless draw by South Africa in their second game of the 2019 Under-20 AFCON. The 7-time champions must beat Niger in the final group game on Friday to earn the qualification ticket. The draw also kept South Africa alive in the tournament as they now have a final group game against Burundi. Well, the Confederation of African Football (CAF) has kicked off the maiden inspection of facilities for the Africa Cup of Nations taking place in Egypt. The CAF delegation began with the stock taking of facilities and infrastructure in Cairo, one of the designated venues. The team will also inspect facilities in Suez, Ismailia, Port Said, and facilities in Alexandria on February the 7th. That's on Thursday. A former Manchester United manager, Jose Mourinho, has accepted a 1-year prison sentence for tax fraud in Spain, but has avoided jail after exchanging the sentence for a fine. Spanish prosecutors said Mourinho failed to declare revenues from image rights in Spanish tax declarations in 2011 and 2012 when he was coach of Real Madrid Football Club with the aim of obtaining illicit profits. The claim was filed against Mourinho last year on 2 counts of tax fraud committed before the Portuguese tactician left the Santiago Bernabeu in 2013 to return to Chelsea FC for a second spell as their manager. UEFA President Alexander Ceferin is set to be re-elected unopposed at the Congress in Rome on Thursday, putting him in charge for 4 years, which could see fundamental changes to club football on the continent. The Slovenian lawyer will face a delicate balancing act as he attempts to find a middle ground between Europe's big clubs and the rest, who fear being left behind by their richer peers. Well, that's a wrap in sports news. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. The news at 10 continues shortly.
Ten people have lost their lives after an apartment building was engulfed in flames in Paris. Police have detained a woman in her 40s whom they say was drunk at the time of her arrest and who allegedly set the building on fire.
In the early hours of Tuesday, flames tore through this apartment block in Paris, killing at least 10 people and injuring over 30. Firefighters scaled ladders to rescue residents from balconies on the 8-story building near the Parc des Princes soccer stadium and the Roland Garros French Open tennis venue. Red flames roared through windows into the early hours of the morning as scores of firefighters sprayed water into the building in the capital's chic 16th district. The fire was brought under control after a 5-hour operation, but officials say the death toll could still rise. The Paris prosecutor, Remy Heiss, says investigators suspect the fire was a criminal act and a woman with a history of mental health problems is in custody. French media say the woman is suspected of trying to set fire to a car parked near the building after a row with a neighbor. President Emmanuel Macron says that the country had woken up to a tragedy and commended the fire services for their courage. Surrounding buildings in the area have been evacuated as a precaution, and town hall officials have been tasked with finding alternative accommodation for those affected. Just a few weeks earlier, 4 people were killed after a huge blast at a bakery in the center of the city.
The former president of Côte d'Ivoire, Mr. Laurent Gbagbo, has been released on bail to Belgium following his acquittal by the International Criminal Court, the ICC, at The Hague on charges of crimes against humanity. The ICC earlier announced Gbagbo's acquittal following an order by the ICC's appeal judge on February the 1st. In a unanimous decision by the 5 judges, read by presiding judge Chile Eboe Suji, Gbagbo and co-accused Charles Bligode are to be released to a state willing to accept them on its territories. They were acquitted on war crimes charges in mid-January 2019, but remained in detention as a result of objections and an appeal raised by the prosecution team. Mr. Laurent Gbagbo was president of Cote d'Ivoire from 2000 until his arrest in April 2011 for war crimes. And the main news again, Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka today took a swipe at Nigeria's political class as he condemned the fight against corruption and rot in the judiciary. Also today, President Muhammadu Buhari of the APC and Atiku Abubakar of the PDP continued their campaign towards the February polls with different promises. And that's how it's been on the news at 10 tonight. I want to thank you so much indeed for being a part of it. On behalf of all of us here, have a splendid night. Good night.